analytics dashboard development using Apache Spark. So the abstract, the basic idea is that we'll be creating a real-time dashboard where the data will be shown in a real-time basis. The data will be all about the items shipped within a span of 1 minute. Every 1 minute, how much goods have been shipped. That is the basic data that will be showcased in the graph. So here basically what we will do is since the it's a small mini project, so we haven't taken the real time, like the data wouldn't be on real base time basis. We have taken a CSV files for that, where the data will be taken by Kafka and then integrated with Spark, and then we'll be using Node.js, and the front end will showcase the basic layout of the data through visualization. So the tools which we'll be using are Apache Spark, then Kafka, and it will be based, the platform which we will be using is CloudX Lab, where all the integrating would happen. And then the backend would be by Node.js, and front end is using Highcharts. So my fellow colleagues will explain you all about in detail how the processing and how the processing is to take place one by one, and how we'll get the results. And at the end, we'll be having a short demo that will show you how the working has happened. So now I would like to hand over to Daksh, who will take you to the slides and will explain you everything one by one. Daksh?
Yes, please start the presentation.
Can you see?
Yes, please present.
Just a minute.
Yeah. So hello everybody. This is our cloud computing project for 7th semester under Dr. Animesh Chaturvedi. Our project is to build a real-time analytics dashboard development using Apache Spark. Next slide, please. These are our team members. So this is a kind of short table of content for our whole presentation. Next slide. So this is a problem statement. So what we thought, our idea was that e-commerce websites really have a need for large-scale data processing, and they need to, and if they have that data to visualize it, the analysis would be really easy, and they can thus use that analysis to improve the performance of their operations. And we decided to use Apache Spark and other tools to build this project. We'll be overseeing all of them in the later slides. Next slide, please. These are the tools used. Apache Spark, which is an engine to process large-scale data, and Kafka, Node.js, Socket.io, Highcharts, Python. And the reason that we've used all of these are because they are free to use. There is a lot of documentation available, and they're very robust, and the most popular ones right now. Next slide. So this is a very high level working of our project. Would be streaming the data to the Spark streaming library, and then this will be processing it, and then it will be going to the Node.js, which will be pushing it into the on the local host. Next slide, please. So this is our diagram of the architecture of our project. So the e-commerce portal or any website will be generating the data order, which will be the order IDs and the time and etc. etc. And we're pushing it to the Kafka. Apache Kafka will be pushing that data to the Spark streaming library, which will be processing the data, and then it will get pushed to the Kafka again, which will be pushing it to the Node.js server, and then it through Socket.io, it will be pushing it to the web browser where we'll visualize the data. Next slide, please. So for the data set as such, because building an real online e-commerce website was out of the scope of this project, we took a local data set with several CSV files having numerous bogus entries into it from the internet only. And in a if we look at that, we made sure that the data was such that in a real world scenario, um, it wouldn't be as different. So now I would like to call Arya to explain on further the workings of our project.
Thank you, Daksh. So, just a brief overview on Kafka. Kafka is a message broker system based on the publish subscribe messaging model. What happens in Kafka is that on one side, there's a producer or a publisher who sends publishes the messages to the Kafka broker, and on the other side, there's the consumer or client which subscribes to the particular topic that wants to listen to and consume the messages from there. Along with Kafka, we need another third-party app named Apache Zookeeper. Since Kafka is stateless by itself, Zookeeper maintains its states. That is, it maintains all the message offsets and information metadata regarding the brokers and topics. So the first thing that we do in the process is we push data from the CSV files to Kafka. Here, a part of our program is the producer, which is taking data from the CSV files and sending it to the Kafka broker. We have Python script for that, the program that takes data from CSV and sends to Kafka. What we are doing is we'll send it from Kafka. We'll send the data to the Spark Streaming API, which is in this case, that is a client or consumer. We could use the Kafka Streaming API also, but it won't be suitable for this case because Kafka Streaming API does not allow batching, and here we are batching all the data of 1 minute together to visualize and display on the browser. Next slide, please. I would like to call upon Mohit to explain more about Spark.
Well, thank you, Arya. Myself, Mohit. Now I would be explaining a short overview about the processing of data stream through Apache Spark. So till now we have pushed our data set into the Kafka and we have created the topic for it, and after which we will be taking up the stream of data into our Apache streaming for the processing of the data set. What Spark will be doing is it will be creating the stream of data into RDT, that is resilient data set, which will be of immutable objects for the fast processing of the stream of data that is coming to it. So Spark takes up the data from the Kafka topic in a span of 60-second window. It then processes all the data in that 60-second window, and then the processed data gets again pushed to the Kafka new topic. And here basically for our project we will be processing the number of orders shipped in a time span of 60 seconds, and which later on we will be showcasing and showing it through the local host with the help of Node.js in our demo. So next slide, please. So this is the basically how the this is the workflow how Spark streaming is done. In our case, we are taking the stream of data from Kafka, and we can also can take data from other things like Flume, HDFS, S3. But for our project, we are taking it from Kafka. Then again, we can push it to the SDFS and databases after processing it. And for in our case, we are pushing it to the real-time dashboard. So basically, this is the written code for the processing of data set through Spark. And after we have imported many libraries like Spark Context, Streaming Context, Kafka Utils, and Kafka Client. So here, first of all, we are creating the function called push order status in Kafka. So this is the function that will be putting out the real time counts of the order shipped in the new topic after processing the whole set of data in the Spark again to the Kafka. So after that, through Spark Context, we will be linking our app, which is the name of Kafka order count. It is the main entry point of our data set into the Spark streaming. Through this point, all the data will be coming into the Spark library for the further processing. And through Spark streaming context library, we have set up the time span of processing for each batch of data set with a time limit of 60 seconds. And yeah, then after that, we have define the variable status count, and which will be mapping up the data will be coming in the form of string separated by commas. So first of all, here in line 21, through the map function, we are splitting the data set in the form of words, and then from there we will be counting the order status. And finally, we will be reducing it to the key after summing the total number of counts in every span of 60 seconds to the Kafka. So next slide, please. So now I would like to call Bhavani for explaining the front end part using HighChart API. Bhavani.
Thank you. Myself Bhavani. My voice is clear. Mohit. Okay. I have implemented front-end part of that project. We have used the HighCharts in our project to view the real-time processing of data efficiently. HighCharts is a JavaScript-based charting library meant to enhance web applications by adding interactive charting capabilities. So I'm going to walk through the code of High. First, we will create the HTML page in which jQuery libraries and HighChart libraries. HighChart requires jQuery as a dependency. So here the container division is used to contain the chart drawn using this library. Next step was creating configurations. HighChart library uses very simple configuration using JSON syntax. Here JSON represents the JSON data and configuration, which the HighCharts library uses to draw a chart within the container division using the HighCharts method. Now we will configure the various parameters to create the required JSON string. First one is title. First we will create the title of the chart. Now next is x-axis and y-axis. We will configure the ticker to be displayed on the x-axis, and on y-axis also configure so that the plot displayed on the y-axis it will be. Now next is legend. Configuring the legend to be displayed on the right side of the chart along with other properties. This is variable legend. Series. Next is series. Configuring the data to be displayed on the chart. Series is an array where each element of this array represents a single line on the chart. Now last step is building the JSON data, which will all this data will be gone go into JSON through socket.io. The last function like socket.on message function data. This will call the socket function to send the data. So next is Node.js, which Vatsal will call. Vatsal,
Yeah, Bhavani, thank you. Hi, everybody. So, continuing to the Node.js. So, the working of the Node.js is that it is creating a server so that we can accept the data from the Kafka node, and further on we can process it, and after that we can use that data and project that to our local host. So we have used the Node.js instead of other web frameworks because it was a lightweight web framework and it was very suitable for our project and our needs. So we decided to go on with it and discussing how it is used in our project. So after we have received data from the Kafka, we use the Kafka module and accepted the data in form of payloads, and then using that payloads, we have further pushed that data to the uh, front end, and the socket that .io is a module which we'll be using for the connection, creating the connection between the server and the client. And next slide, please. So here is a snippet of the various modules, as you can see, like Express, HTTP, Socket, IO, and Kafka Node. And I would like to give a little intro about these modules. Express is used to create a server in Node.js. HTTP is used for the transfer of data over following the HTTP protocol. Socket.io is used to create a bridge, we can say, which is used for bidirectional communication between the server and the client, which we will be using to transfer data and establishing a communication node. And after that, we have used the Kafka node so that we can accept the data from the Kafka server and use and process the data. So there are various functions and all the other things we have used in this variables. There are various variables and functions we have used. So getting on to the functions, like here, the first function app.get is we are using to render our index.html file, that is our front end file which we have just discussed, to the home page. And next slide. Yeah. So these two functions are used so that we can know that there is a connection between the user and the server and the client. And last function http.listen is used so that we can track that there is a running port, or there is someone that is listening from the Apache Spark. So this is all our code for the Node.js part, and moving on to the next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah. So after we have done all the data, we need to visualize the data, as we have, Bhavani have already mentioned, we will be using HighCharts for that purpose. And after that, after we have accepted the data from the Apache Spark, we will, using the Node.js server, we will be pushing that data to the local host, and HighCharts will help us to display the data in a well formatted form. So next slide. Okay, thank you. And I would like to invite Mohit, so we can go ahead with the demo. Yes, Mohit, yes, it is now.
Now we'll be exporting the Kafka binaries, and this is the command for creating the Kafka topic name order underscore data. And we have already created this topic during our testing time before showing our demo here. Now we will be moving to the Kafka directory on the source code directory. So now we are in the Kafka directory. Now we will give the command to start pushing the data set into it. So now it has started pushing the data set to the Kafka. Now again we will go to the next tab, and here we will be taking all the data that are being pushing into the Kafka for the further processing through Spark streaming. So here I am putting my credentials to access the platform. Yeah. So again we will be exporting the Kafka binaries for handling the dependencies. Now again here we are creating the other Kafka topic name order underscore 1 minute data that will be accepting the processed data from the Spark and sending it over to the Node.js. Okay. Now we will move into the Spark directory of our source code. So here we are in our Spark directory of our source code. Now we will be installing the Spark packages for processing of the data set that are being received from the Kafka. Yeah, so finally the processing of data set has started. Now again we are log into the another web console for demonstrating it through the Node.js part. Now we move to the Node directory of our source code. Now we will install the resources for Node.js. Now the resources are getting downloaded. now we will be hosting our local host at port number 3001. So finally here we will be see that the graph will keep changing in a time span of 60 seconds after the data has been processed. So we will wait for 1 minute so that we can verify that the integration of all the modules are working properly. So here Kafka is pushing the dataset to the Spark, and Spark is processing the dataset in this tab and pushing it to the Kafka again, and through Kafka it is getting pushed to the Node.js. Yeah, so here we can see the graph has changed after the processing of data in a span of 1 minute, and again we will wait for some more time for the further verification. So this is the order shipped count 33,109. Yeah, so finally, so like this the graph will keep changing as the order processed from the Spark streaming and then pushing it to the Kafka. Again Node.js will receive the processed data from the Kafka and will be presenting it through the high chart and the graph here in our local host. So this was all about our demonstration. Thank you.